Oakley dokley, welcome back to the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily. Today we are doing a quick video for the opening shots of a new campaign I'm planning for the channel, which is called which is called the Dire Straits campaign. It's set in a sort of reasonably present day era where basically NATO has become a bit more involved in the war in Ukraine. Sorry, therefore we're using the older equipment here in Iran, in the UAE, because Iran has basically decided to take its chances, gone across the Persian Gulf, and has said, and invaded Oman, and basically is posting missile batteries all over the shop to discourage any other nations from basically using their rights of, doing freedom of navigation based stuff. So we're going to punch it in our Hornets, and we are going to be doing basically a SEAD strike against Abu Musa Island before some F-15s take off just after us. They're just prepping. I'm all over the show, I'm sorry. Flight into the air, gear up, flaps to automatic, flap bypass switch to bypass. I'm just going to really quickly do my course. We'll go straight for the target, which is waypoint 3. So we'll just roll this way. And we're just going to climb for height here. So you can see, weapons-wise, we have 2 harms apiece and some JDAMs for basically secondary targets. So our mission brief is to knock out the search track radars and either attack the batteries and destroy them, sorry, the SAM batteries, or anything of sort of military importance that we find on the island. Because obviously there is a military airbase there, yeah, that kind of stuff. Ships, anything that's a valid military target, basically. Wonderful. I just accidentally knocked myself in wet wear mode. I apologise profusely for that. And we'll go stores. We'll start the cooldown period on our JDAMs, and I'm going to warm my flare up. Aside from that, I'll go nose over, and we'll just stay level at 23,000 feet. Autopilot on, barrel hold, attitude hold. And what I'll do is I'm just going to get my harm display up. We're going to go pre-brief mode, air to ground, arm. We'll just quickly get this thingied. So I'm going to go UFC, and I'm just going to put my first target in, which is 204, which is a Hawk search radar. And we're going to really quickly as well, whilst we sort of cruise towards the target area. I want that on an E fuse, which is instant fuse, target of opportunity. Now step to the other side, we'll go target of opportunity, and these will be delay 1 fuse. The difference is this side will explode on impact, this side will explode with a 0.01 second delay. That is basically just to allow us to have a bit more flexibility in how we employ our ordnance today. And it basically means that if we find that we're in a position where we can there we go, that's all set up. Basically, the whole concept for that is, putting us in a position where we can just be a bit more flexible with our sort of collateral damage, because we don't like doing collateral damage. We are the US military, but there's no oil on Abu Musa, so therefore collateral damage really can't happen. So we'll turn hot against waypoint 3. I'm just going to actually choose my harms now, and we'll just turn against the target. So we are in range, so we just need to get our azimuth steer line lined up. No. Yeah, thought I'd done a mistake. Good job I checked. Right. So we are within range for our... No, we're not within range for our first shot, which is absolutely fine. we're just going to light the blowers, and I'm going to climb. Because, you know, the higher we get, the longer shot we can make. And there you go, so we are within range. Why aren't I firing? Master arm is armed. I've pulled through my range queue. No, my arm's locked out. Why is that? Alright, let's get level. Figure out what I did wrong. So, Master Arm is armed. Let's go through stores page. Harm. Pull back, pre-brief mode. UFC target 204. Oh, the target hadn't stalled. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll light the burners. To be honest, there's not much to be done here. We can just go. Pull the aircraft into a stall. Please shoot. Or don't. Okay. I'm just going to put the nose at 5 degrees down, 10 degrees down. Get 200 knots under our keel, and then retry that shot. Just double checking. Yeah, I haven't actually shared a weapon yet. So what we'll do is we'll also say flight, engage.
Flight, engage your defenses. Engaging air defenses. Running in. Missile away. Missile away.
Siren Magnum. Right, and so we'll step the remaining missile to target 203, which is a search radar. Sorry, which is the track radar. And we'll just launch that one. Just keeping an eye on my SA screen so that I stay outside the threat ring. We're just going to fire that basic combination again. You can see the missiles now going up through sort of 60,000 feet. The highest I've seen them go is about 80,000. So it's up there somewhere. In the stratosphere, about to ruin someone's day. Hey. Reduce that alpha as much as we can. Right. So, there we go. And we'll put the azimuth steel line on. And we're just going to pull up through that again. So, and siren. Is Magnum. Look at that, that didn't loft at all. Right, level. Well, actually, I'm going to stay at high altitude just so I can attract some shots from them, you know, and that'll be a good way for us to judge if they are done and dusted or not. So, my FLIR is on. I'm just going to quickly. That is probably a lot easier using TV mode. Makes it a lot easier to read, I guess. 38 miles to target. We'll go. There we go. So you can see my first missile's dropping through 20,000, my second missile's dropping through 18,000. That makes someone's day a bit bad. Kaboomy. And just fast forward the missile going in. 3 impacts. That is good fire for effect. So, like I say, I'm really high up. I'm in a position where that SA-10 could shoot me if it wanted to. So I'm just going to see about, yeah, seeing if I get locked up, basically. The last missile's on its way in now. And that one has not caught anything, really. But, I mean, it does give a bit of intel there. But we're not going to use that because we're not cheaters. So I'm going to dive down and get under the cloud. Slightly supersonic, which is absolutely fine. What we'll do is go stores, JDAM, J82s. We're slightly bit beyond range for them. which is totally fine. But they are armed. Basically, it's, yeah, I think it's the pitch angle it doesn't like. If I was level, it would probably just take the shot there. Or it's because I've not actually highlighted a target, I've just sort of moved the cursor around, I think, is the issue. If I was to do that, there you go. So yeah, it is just beyond range, basically, for a shot. Ironic, isn't it, that there's very, very few clouds in the sky. A bit more than I expected, to be honest, for the Persian Gulf. But our island is obscured by them. There you go, so my Hornet boys, so my F-15 boys, have taken off. And they are going to start pressing towards the target area. So there is always that to think about. So there's my runway, I think. Yeah, waypoint 3 is sort of on the runway area. I think we've knocked out that SAM battery's ability to wage war. So I'm just going to focus on the actual airfield. Which, yeah, because I think, like I say, we saw some aircraft there. You know, if they're military aircraft, we can destroy them. So why not do that as a first point of call? And destroy any warfighting capability they have there. Because I think there's, you know, there'll be fuel dumps, stuff like that. So we'll go nice and fast. We're just pretending that, for whatever reason, you know, there's no stuff there. So 7,600 pounds, absolutely fine. 2's freaking mental at the moment. Okay, that's a transport aircraft. So we'll go JDAM in zone. Pickle. Rolling outbound. There's us breaking away from our JDAM. You can just out of flying formation with your own bombs, which is quite cool. So let's use our Mark 1 eyeball. Got a Hercules, got a Hip, got a Tomcat. I'm going to kill that Tomcat. Looks like that's a missile launcher as well. Okay, I'm going to kill that missile launcher first. Boom, shack. Also, not attracting any, you know, any meaningful counterfire here, which is really good. Interesting that thing isn't dead. So I'm going to climb away. I'm going to you know, give myself an angle where I can probably engage. Well, I think we've got 4 bombs. That launcher isn't going to take more than 1, and it'll take out that building with it. So in zone. Nope, not in zone. In range of zone. And we go. Second shack. That should blow him up at that point. If it even came off. No. Yeah, we dropped 2 bombs there, but I'm not sure what happened to it. Right. Like I said, let's just hang out a little up here. Don't know why I've not got my Jahemix turned on, to be honest. I should. Is that? That is a launcher, that. Yep. Confirm target. Okay. So I'm going to track outbound. I'm going to basically just do an over the shoulder loft into it. I'm going to step to the other side, so we use the delayed frag munition. E-fuse, delay 1, confirm. JDAM in zone. I'm just going to bring my nose to bear a little better. and ensure I release above the bomb. There we go. And frag. That's my last JDAM off. So I'll pull out of that. And we'll just watch the JDAM going. Whoop. So my JDAM's just completely ignored the fact that I asked it to target that Scud launcher. I mean, I've killed the Hercules now, that's for sure. Right. Okay, so I'm going to turn left now because that means I can put my T-pod on target. Right, I'm going to re-engage and ensure that my weapon is looking at the right thing. Yes, it is. Bomb gone. What I'll do is go gun now, and we're going to use the gun and strafe that Tomcat. Make sure it doesn't fly again. Kablammy. That ship is probably there for military reasons, but it looks like a civilian ship. You know, looks like a civilian ship requisitioned for troop transport. No clear markings. Don't think it's being military, therefore I would hesitate to call that a legal target. Okay, one last engagement now. And I'm going to press that Tomcat. Give him a nice long burst of gunshot. There you go, Tomcat is dead. Got 280 rounds of gun left, so I might as well take that hip as well before we call it a day. Where's Toot? Toot's killed himself, apparently. I don't really use the wingmen much in this because they're not very good, in my opinion. At ground targeting, where it's sort of swing roll. There you have it. So, apologies. Lost the ability to breathe there. A couple more minutes on station time, so I'm going to do one last gun pass, and that'll be on the fuel dumps at the airfield. So we've knocked the radar out, for the most part, and yeah. Woohoo! Okay, I'm done. So yes, that was... Let's actually go have a look at that missile battery that the F-15s are coming to attack in a few minutes. Oh, that's it in front of us. How conveniently positioned. Well, you know what? Sorry, boys. And yeah, we are basically Winchester. We've got 3 air-to-air missiles left, but they're self-defense. I'm not using... I can't see how I could use a Python or an AMRAAM against a missile battery. Okay, let's go. Let's get out of here. 2's killed himself. I'm not upset about 2. 2's pretty good at killing himself. Yeah, so our F-15s are running in now. They're over the water. So what I'll do is... we'll just cage and cage that. No, apparently that doesn't work either on this one. So what we'll do is... Yeah. Just knock that off. Stores. Well, we've got rid of everything, including the gun, but I'll get rid of the gun now. Safe. HSI. Waypoint 0. 80 miles to home base with 5,000 pounds of gas. Absolutely fine. We've got about half our gas left, so yeah, pretty good place to be really on the fuel front. What we'll do is just put our foot to the floor and get out of here. do a high altitude transit home, get there as quick as we can. So what's picking us up? There's no radar emissions on the island. We've got a big bird and we've got the unknown radar, which would be the radar for the missile site, which is totally fine. And we'll just push that nose down. We'll roll over the right slightly. And we'll just try and get a nice sort of low supersonic cruise home. Get us out home in time for tea and medals. There you go, so it's really, well, it's high subsonic that we're flying at now, which is perfect. So, there we go. So I just had a fly in front of me for some reason, so I just swatted him out of the sky. Alrighty, so yeah, that is the opening shots of our Dire Straits campaign. Yeah, so I find that really pretty enjoyable actually. It's, you know, nice challenge, but yeah. Just climb away, nice gentle climb. And then we'll just do the F3, boom. I love the supersonic boom in this game. It's such a satisfying sound. That's what it is. Oops, it diddles. Just select our barrel hold. Just keep the 32,000 feet. I'm going to pull back a stager burner. Just stage to maybe 100,000 pounds of gas an hour, 120. Just because we've already burnt 2,000 pounds of gas. And we'll be home in a couple of seconds, but you know. 110 is great, so it's just low stage burner. Just enough to keep us going nice and fast. We're bringing the empty bag home, so, you know, they'll be happy with us. Like, so my sort of minimum landing reserve on most sort of sorties, like the amount I want to land with when I'm on a land base is £1,000, which, you know, that's my like unburnable your tea biscuits with the Commodore, I guess. I don't know. Who's in charge? No, the Colonel, because Marines use army rings because they're weird. Sorry, dude. No. Because I'm in a Marine Hornet for this one. I'm so bad at throwing everything out. Oh, Jesus, yeah. VMFA 323. I'm in the CAG bird. You know, there are actually very specific restrictions on the amount of colours that are allowed to be used. And I think the fact that this is literally a 2-colour design looks really cool. Just like put that out there. Well, it's 3 colours because there's like a black bit on the tank, but that's it. There we go, 40 miles to go. What I'm going to do is barrel hold off. So that waypoint is going to be at the runway threshold of the runway we took off from. So we're just going to put the nose on there. Like that. And then attitude hold. So we are going downhill. I can probably just pull out of burner now entirely. There we go, we're in a high dry power setting. Here come the F-15s. So they just chose not to engage that target. Great. Well, we'll pretend it's going to get engaged because we cleared the air defences out, so it'll be destroyed for next time. Or it'll be mostly destroyed, I should say. Because the attack profile there wasn't ideal, and that's, if I'm putting it mildly. So, diving down. So I'm actually just going to put the cursor down, just over the top of, sorry, the flight path vector down over the top of, over the top of, what's its face? This sort of the city of Fujiara. So yeah, you can see, I mean, if I line the two up, it's just over the top of the city now. So we'll level off at about 1,000 feet, and then do our inbound break and land. We've killed 2 aircraft, although on the ground, or shack 2 aircraft. That's pretty cool. You know, to be honest, I used the gun probably to better effect than did the bombs, but que sera, sera. What I'll do as well is just place that marker just along of the extended center line to the runway. So what I'll do is just put my reticle on, and then yep, we'll go like that, and that just means I've got a little aiming point. So it's 9.5 miles. We are, you know, I'm going to go burner just so we make. Actually, no, we'll go burner. So we'll go. We're doing 450 knots. They're going to know we're here, and we'll go full burner over the airfield just to illustrate our point. So we'll reach the aircraft out of attitude hold mode. I'm literally just going to go flight idle. Actually, no, I can't. I'm going to have to go mill thrust. Full burner. Pull. Out of burner. Altitude hold to radar. So altitude mode to radar mode. Down to 1,000 feet. Go ourselves a 3.5 mile final. So I'll start turning at 3.5. 3.5. Pull. Gear down. We'll set flap to full. I'll really quickly compensate my little marker there. There we go. So we'll just, wow, that was weird. That was a really high pitch. There we go. So I'm going to set my little cursor. I'm calling everything the wrong words lately. Flight path vector. So we wanted, yeah, okay. So a bit extra. There we go. We're in a good position now. So a little bit shallow on the approach, a little bit low, but overall, basically what I'm trying to do is get the angle of attack, so it sits probably about 2/3 of the way up the bracket, but it's not the end of the world. We can't do that. I land a little long. So what I'll do is I'll fold my wings just because we are going to be parking the aircraft up. Go flaps to automatic, which will retract them. And we'll put nose wheel steering mode into high. I said £1,000 landing with 1,300. That's absolutely fine. I mean, considering, all things considered, there's, the fact that with the only aircraft that was going, well, we knew no one was going to be landing in front of us, and it's, a really big runway. So even if someone had a problem, we could just land next to them, basically. Yeah, so we've got limited support here. We've got the C-17 with some spares and some bombs on it, but apart from that, pretty set. So we'll do our taxi in and go from there. There you go, folks. So thank you for watching today's little video. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I think that was great fun. So I think the pod stored itself. So we'll park up, and I'll just do the auto shutdown sequence. I can talk whilst it shuts itself down. I'll go into the spot over here. So yeah, there you go. Literally, we for all intents and purposes on that sortie, we Winchestered the jet, which is a pretty uncommon thing to do. So I'm just going to park up next to these fuel tankers, probably jet blast, or fuel tanks, sorry. Probably jet blast these air stairs, but who cares. I'm a freaking hero of the United States? Alright, let's stop here. Seems like a good spot. We'll go and apply a parking brake, and I'll do Control Shift and no, Control Shift ending. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll shut the aircraft down afterwards. But thank you all very much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to see more from me on a regular basis. We'll see you in the next video. Until next time, guys. Bye for now.